After so-called Super Saturday, a warning that drinkers cannot socially distance. Also on the programme tonight.
With Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. Alcohol and social distancing do not mix. That is the warning to the government from the chair of the Police Federation after pubs and bars were allowed to reopen this weekend. John Apter said it was crystal clear that not all drinkers would stick to the rules and that ministers needed to be aware of the problems some of his officers faced. Well, the return to pubs in England went by largely without trouble, but there were isolated incidents with groups packed into streets breaking the 1 metre plus rule. Rebecca Barry has this report. And the lockdown was further eased today with some religious services taking place in England and Northern Ireland. The Health Secretary has expressed significant concerns about clothing factories in Leicester amid suggestions they may have spread COVID-19 by failing to implement necessary hygiene and social distancing measures. The city is currently in lockdown again following a surge in local cases. Our political correspondent Dan.
This problem isn't new. The Environment Audit Committee, chaired by the former Labour MP Mary, the Home Secretary Priti Patel, has asked the National Crime Agency.
All right, Daniel, thank you. And concerns over holidays to Spain are growing after the authorities imposed a second lockdown. The region of Galicia imposed restrictions on around 70,000 people a day after Catalonia also introduced a local lockdown to curb the spread of coronavirus. Or Emma Murphy. In America, President Trump has claimed that 99% of coronavirus cases are totally harmless. Over 130,000 people have died in the US with the virus. Well over 1% of those who have tested positive, and infections are still rising at an alarming rate. There are now 3 million cases. With the details, here's our Washington correspondent, Robert Moore. After a long absence, Formula One returned with drama on the track and a powerful anti-racism stance off it. World champion Lewis Hamilton was one of 14 drivers to take a knee before the action got underway. Once it did, he wasn't able to secure victory, but there was success for a fellow British driver, as Mark McQuillan reports. And finally, people around the country have celebrated the 72nd birthday of the NHS with a special clap for our carers. The nationwide round of applause was also a way to say thank you to health service staff and other key workers for their work during the pandemic, as Sejal Carrier reports. And that's it. I'm back with the late news at 10. Until then, bye-bye.